Thank you guys for clicking on the video. I am Sully, and today, fellas, we're going to get into hockey movie night. That's right, we're talking about Goon, the first movie that I will be reviewing on this channel because I'm starting up this series of where we go through hockey movies, and I'm going to get into hockey books to review for you guys, and we can talk about and enjoy things about hockey outside of hockey. And let's get into Goon. Goon. It stars Jay Baruchel, Allison Pill, Sean William Scott, and I hope I pronounced Baruchel right. I looked up the pronunciation. That's why I came across. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments because I did try and look it up. But anyways, let's get back to this review. Now, and also Eugene Levy in the movie from American Pie. So it sort of has the same people, it has that comedic feel, and we're going to talk about this movie. So, in Hockey Movie Night, we have Goon, a great movie about Doug Platt trying to find his way in the world. I'm sure I can relate to this just graduating college. I'm a little, trying to find my way, trying to get a job, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do the rest of my life now that I'm, out, and I'm, I don't know, I'm like a donut fresh out of the oven. I'm ready to go. And so I understand Doug's story. I understand, him trying to find his way. And then we have Pat. Pat's this crazy guy who sort of does what YouTubers do. He has his web show. He has a TV show. And he's there covering fights, in hockey. And then we have Allison Pill, the girl. She plays Eva, and she has this boyfriend, but she's not really into him. You know how girls are. They treat guys like clothes, but that's another story for another day. And you have her trying to find her way in this world. And then you have Eugene Levy, played Dr. Glatt. If you can't put that together, it's Doug's father. And he's this successful man, trying to impose on his son that you need to do more in life, because he's done stuff in life, and you have all these things coming together. The movie is hilarious. It's a great time. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I tweeted me with a Molson in the movie, and I was about to watch it for the review. And so let's get into it. The review. Well, first I want to say the movie is very well done. It's a very good crafted, trying to find the right word, so bear with me. It's a well-made movie. It's not just a great hockey movie. Story-wise, I would rank this. I'm not gonna put it above the legendary Slapshot movie, but I will say, man, it borders, and here's why it borders with Slapshot, in my opinion, because even Slapshot is downright hilarious. What I love about the movie Goon is it gets into the debate that we are facing right now in the hockey world. If you're not a hockey person, you just found this review. In the hockey community, fighting has sort of been looked down upon, and Jay Baruchel, I think, talks about this in an interview you can find on YouTube. I'll link it. He talks about how cheap shots and fighting, because of Crosby's injury, they're sort of being mixed together. And in this movie, it does such a great job of saying, no, fighting and cheap shots are different. There's a code to fighting. There have been books, published about the code of fighting in hockey. And it dives into how, a goon in hockey, he's really the team player. He takes a beating for the Stars, even though he may not skate the greatest. He still contributes when Doug Glatt scores a game-winning goal. He can contribute, but his role is to make sure that players are safe so then they can function, do their thing on the ice. And it shows how they are a part of the team, and Doug is, team first guy, man. When he first gets to the sort of the big leagues, he doesn't step on the logo or the shield while everyone else does. Justin Bieber, what an idiot. And they said, I heard that he's from Canada. I've never looked into Justin Bieber's personal life, but if he's from Canada and he steps on the logo, I think if there was like a nation trade, like the race trade, you guys should trade, Canadians should trade Justin Bieber away. I'm just saying, but anyways, Doug is such a team first guy, and I love that. I love how he's a team first player. And even though people hate him, the not crack addict, but the drug addict, horror sleeping with teammate, I forget his name, he hates Doug, but Doug still stands up for him, in the movie. And so it has so many angles. But anyways, it goes to argument, our hockey players are Goon's hockey players. And then also, man, if you're not a hockey fan, it relates to people trying to find their way in this world. So many people with unemployment here in the States. So many people are trying to find what they want to do. And Goon dives into that, like sometimes you may not find what your career is. Your career will find you. And that happens with Doug. He's down. And so Pat's like, all right, we're going to an assassin game and fill you up on corn dogs. And they go. And then Doug knocks out this dude because he was trying to mess with Pat, his friend. And that started his career and his legacy, in this fictional world. And sometimes that's like life, and people can relate to that. And so it's such a good movie for that aspect that you don't even have to be a hockey fan to appreciate this movie and what it brings to the table. Now, for the hockey action, because hockey fans, we watch hockey movies, for hockey. And Goon can be a great movie, but if it doesn't deliver on the hockey action, then how good is it? And I would gladly say, fellas, that hockey, the movie Goon delivers on your popcorn munching hockey action. It is up to par with Miracle. Especially I have the movie on surround sound, and so I have the movie on surround sound. What an idiot. I have the movie on Blu-ray, and I play it on surround sound, and you can hear the ice, every stride they take, you can hear when, it's a tape-to-tape pass, you can hear it, the contact to the puck hitting the stick. You can hear them crashing the boards, the punches. You can hear, that, I can't even talk, that jaw-dropping, not even jaw-dropping, but that bone-crunching hit. You can hear all that, and it delivers great on sound. Even the shots that aren't even on the ice, they're still very well done shots. It's a good movie. It's not some B-rate where they only care about the on-ice action. It's a good movie regardless. And so I think it delivers on the hockey action. It's right up there. I think I said this earlier. It's right up there, I would say, with Miracle. And so that tells you something. That tells you something. So it's a good movie. Check it out with your fellas. Have a few cold ones. And if you can find a girl who likes Goon, I would say keep her. All right, don't mess that up, because that's a good thing. If you can find a chick who likes Goon, you should lock that up, son. Make sure you don't mess that up. But if you're really into Blu-rays like I am, then you're probably asking special features for Goon. Well, I'll say, they do. It's a mixed bag. They have some deleted scenes that are really filler scenes that make the story, that sort of explain stuff. Like one deleted scene is explaining why Doug is there with his ice skating, his figure skating skates for the tryouts originally in the beginning of the movie. He forgot them. The deleted scene sort of pieces that together. And so they have scenes like that, but the other scenes, they have like Hockey Fighting 101. They sort of go into how hockey players fight. They sort of talk about how, in other features, how Jay sort of wrote the script and how he liked working with Sean, and how Sean is actually a terrible skater, if you can believe that. Yeah, Jay was like, he's one of the worst skaters ever. And so, they have some hockey cards too with the fictional characters. So all in all, it's not going to be the crown Blu-ray release in my opinion, but it's still a solid Blu-ray release. And if you only have a DVD player, listen, the Xbox One or PS4, shout out to PS4, but if you are going to get either next-gen console, they come with Blu-ray players, so you might as well spend the extra $3 if you're going to buy it and get the Blu-ray DVD combo. Just don't get the DVD, man. That's so last year. That's like VHS, son. Step up your game. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. That is Goon for Hockey Movie Night, this edition on Goon. I hope you guys have a great night, and have a great day, and drink a cold one. I'm out. Peace.